Alright, folks, welcome to a brand new series here on the channel. We are playing a game called Teamfight Manager, in which we take on the role of a former professional esports player who is turned into a coach. I'll let the intro cutscene tell you the rest. The story beats aren't that huge. Like most simulator games, it is just a pretense to have you take over something. In this case, it's an esports team, where we're going to be managing the team, the players on the team. It's very similar to a MOBA-style game, with a selection of characters and a pick ban sequence, and then the teams are going to battle. Whoever gets the most kills wins the round, and every round until we get to the playoffs, which will come in a little bit, is best of 3. As for what we're in charge of the finances. We're in charge of upgrades to the team. We're in charge of the players, what their training is, and we're also in charge of the pick bans. But once we get into the actual battle, into the game itself, we no longer have any control over what our team does. Let's take a look here at what's available. Oh my goodness. I think that's gonna be fine. You can upload custom team images. There used to be a lot more team images. A lot of the teams used to be based off of like mock-ups of like actual professional gaming teams, and they got rid of that. I don't know why. It was way better, honestly. But we are going to be... I totally can type and spell. This is going to be the beginning of the rise of the Peekabloos with their new coach, Silent. Silent, who holds the record for most wins, sent shockwaves through the world by being appointed the Amateur League Peekabloos team coach. Silent made a promise to lead the team to victory in the World Championship. We look forward to seeing how he does. About training players. We can freely recruit players until the second week of February. There's not going to be a whole lot for us to do right now. I have done a little bit of tests. I haven't gone too far, but I've tested New Game Plus, and I've tested New Game a little bit. There'll be more for us to do when we do a New Game Plus playthrough. But to start, I think we're just going to take the people we have. Tanks and you have spellcasters, so we'll kind of hybrid you out. We'll be getting more things open for us as we progress. But right now, we can see our team, what their condition is. This can give attack bonuses or penalties for attack speed. The age of the players, the younger a player is, the more years they'll have for high growth, both in champion masteries and attack and defense. Once they start hitting 2021, their growth really drops off. We can see how much it's going to cost us to renew their contract for the next season. Attack. If I remember correctly, each point of attack on the player adds 0.1 attack to the champion they're playing. And every point of defense is going to add 0.5 health to the champion they're playing. We can also see their champions, as well as their masteries. Every point of mastery, if they're playing that champion in the match, gives them +1 attack and +1 defense per point. So we're going to want to balance the attack and defense, the champion masteries, as well as what we are picking and banning in the match. We can see our training, which I've already taken care of. We can recruit people. We don't really have a lot of money. I don't really think we're going to need to do this right now, but after this season, we'll probably be recruiting people. A lot more is going to pop up in management, but we can see our history, records, any notices that come through. We can see the ranking list in our current league, which is the Amateur League. So we shouldn't have too many issues. We're going to have a practice match tomorrow, and a very short recruitment period before this begins. And we can see the information on the champions. So each of the champions are broken into a collection of categories. We have marksmen, which are generally ranged damage dealers, warriors, which range from tanks to kind of melee bruisers. Support has a very wide variety, and assassins are mostly melee damage. There are some that are ranged, but they're mostly specialized in getting into the back line and killing any mages and supports. And then yes, there are mages that cast spells and stuff. It really depends on the characters that are the champions, I guess, that are currently available in the game. We have Archer. Every 3 seconds, we'll take a step back, fire out arrows. Fighters, warrior can stun and does an AoE damage knockup. Knight is a warrior that can taunt and increase defense. We have Monk, who is a support, who can heal and grant a movement speed buff and shield. Ninja, the assassin that's out right now, can teleport and attack. I believe he's supposed to teleport to the enemy with the least health. Doesn't always work out that way. Summons a doppelganger that attacks with him. Priestess, who is a healing support, can cast an attack speed increasing shield and an AoE heal for a period of time. Pyromancer is a mage that has like an AoE dot and a big AoE damage area. Swordsman! He can attack and reduce the defense of his target, and he can dash in a straight line and basically one-shot everything in his path. Shrine Maiden is a support that alternates between attacking and healing with every attack. The skill is to heal an ally or a target on our team and do like a burst nova of damage to enemies around them. And then a big door will show up and heal allies and attack enemies at random. And that's everything we have right now. It does start out in 2v2, which I'm just going to proceed to the next week now that we've kind of gone over all of that. We're going to get our first practice match. They're telling us about recruiting. We can just, it doesn't really matter who we face. The real goal of this is just, it's going to introduce us to what matches are kind of like. But it is just going to be a best of one. Match consists of several sets. Teams switch between the red and the blue side. Each set consists of 4 steps, selecting players, ban pick of champions, champion swapping, and finally the match itself. We have control of everything up into the match itself. That should be fine. Blue team, right now, especially with it only being 2 players, it does go up to 4 every new season. It'll increase by 1. Blue team will always ban first, and then always pick first. Once you get more people, the pick ban shifts up a little bit, and it'll get a little bit more interesting. Who do we want to ban? Archer. Yes, I'm aware of how to pick a champion. You click on them. So you can see our, it's telling us that we can swap champions if we want. You can see we're playing Swordsman on this guy. It lights up. We get a +4/+4. Our stats do increase here. Same with that, +3/+3. If we want, we can give them a strategy, such as use their ultimates early, their ultimates late, or give them no instruction. I think right now we're good. We're just going to give them no instruction. And at this point, it is an auto-battler, which is actually really, really cool. It's completely hands-off for us. We no longer have any influence in the outcome of the match. We can't pick the optimal movement. We can't pick the optimal time to use skills or ultimates. It's all up to the players, which, personally, I really, really, really enjoy. I think I've played other, like, esport management simulators that let you a little bit of a lackluster ult. That's a really good Pyromancer ult. We had a little bit of lackluster ultimates on our side. We could have gotten better targeting on them, but we're not going to have any issue wrapping this up for a win regardless, just because of the matchup. But yeah, in other esport management simulators I've played, you have control over like what your players do in the match, and I've never really enjoyed that in a management sim that's like some kind of team management. It always seems, at least to me, it kind of breaks the immersion of actually, like, managing the team. We get our equipment introduction here. Over the course of the season, and as we complete sponsor goals, we'll be getting sound chips, switches, nails, and pieces of fabric that we can put in and craft into a random piece of equipment. It is random. The more pieces of material you put in, the longer it'll take to complete, but the higher chance you'll get higher tier, higher rarity equipment. Right now we just have a hoodie that increases our attack by +1. So our entire team is wearing hoodies, apparently. It's introducing us to combination test. This isn't as important right now, but it will be later. This lets you kind of pick heroes, and then it does a test run to see, you know, which of these combinations theoretically beats the other one. It's not taking into account... I think it takes, like, ults into account, but ults can change on a match-to-match basis. Targeting can change a little bit on a match-to-match basis. Positioning can play a role. Obviously, if you have skill levels in the champions, it can play a role as well. Your player's condition and equipment can play a role. So it's not 100%, but it's kind of a good benchmark to see kind of how different team comps will match up against one another. So in this case, it's saying, barring any other influence, Monk, Swordsman should beat Warrior, Archer. And you can see kind of the kills, the deaths, the assists of each of them, what their stat line could theoretically look like. And we just have a couple more weeks here. End of every month we get a training report. Yeah, all you grow super slowly because you're all really old. And now we get to pick our sponsor goal. We can only pick one. They each have a amount of money they'll pay us if we complete the goal, as well as extra materials. So taking a look, if we win 2-0 7 times in the regular season, that actually pays out more than placing first. Ha! Interesting. Achieve at least 8 wins. A little bit more money, a little bit fewer materials. We don't get a 2-game losing streak. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna take a little bit... No, we're gonna take the extra money over the extra materials. We're gonna go for 8 wins in the regular season. And now at any point we can see what our current status on fulfilling that is. As we level up our gaming house, we'll have a bunch of different researches that we can do that'll improve our players, give us new options. One of those is to be able to take more sponsors. Alright, player recruitment has ended. Yeah, we don't have the gaming house upgrade yet. That's fine. We don't really need it at this point. And now the big thing. We can only take 3 of our players into the season with us. We need at least 2 because all the matches are 2v2. We can bring up to 3 registered so we can have someone to sub out. Yeah, I don't really need Ariuk. But we have Yoki, Macnoon, and Big Daddy. Okay. I will be naming the players on my team because I can do that. I can change their names. I will be naming them based on people down in the comments, people on Discord if there aren't enough people in the comments when we get new players. But I will kind of go back to the early videos first. So if you want to have someone nicknamed after you, just leave a comment down below on the video, and while you're at it, I am a small YouTuber. If you do enjoy the game, interested in seeing more, be sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button. They both do help me grow quite a bit. They let YouTube know that this is content people want to see. But we do have our very first match, so we are going to jump right on into it here. Sorry, Ariuk, you're going to spend the entire next year never leaving the house. We're never putting you on the team. I feel bad, but I don't. We have better stats, we have better levels. As long as they don't draft us into a loss, we should be fine. We are starting on the red side. Good to know. Okay, they're banning Fighter. Interesting. Gonna ban Archer. Okay, they did first pick Swordsman. I'm okay with this. Oh no, they first picked Ninja. I'm gonna first pick Swordsman. They took Knight. Alright, we have to go Monk here. These 3 are gonna be too squishy. Swordsman should be able to offset the Knight's big armor with the ability. Yeah, let's go. Alright, we have just a big melee clash in the middle, but Yoki is able to deal more damage than the Ninja, grabbing that first kill. Ninja's going down again. We can see the exclamation mark. Their Knight keeps taunting the Swordsman. He is just going to stand there not doing anything. It is going to cost Monk his life. And yeah, unfortunately the Monk is not going to come in time, but that was a phenomenal swordsman going through there, getting both of their characters. That Monk ult is going to keep them both alive. The Ninja has managed to chew through it quite a bit, and that taunt is going to keep the Swordsman from finishing off the Knight, but at this point, with only 10 seconds left in the match, I don't think they really have anything that they can do to bring this back. Their ults are down, our ults are down, it all comes down to melee and skills. And yeah, they did not have enough to finish off our team, netting the Pika Blues the first win in the match. MacNoon, think you carried the team in this match. Okay, so this happens in between every one of our games in a match. We come back to the room, the players give some comment, and we have to respond to it. They can either like our comment, be indifferent to it, or absolutely hate it. It can minorly impact changes to their condition and their mood. I think you pretty much carried the team. You weren't bad. Yeah, I'm not going to overpraise you. You played Monk, and you didn't cost us the game. So, we'll be satisfied with that, I think. Each character has kind of their own way that they like being responded to as well. So we know that that's not what MacNoon likes. Who are we going to ban? I think we're going to keep Archer banned. I don't want to deal with that range. Not right now. And yeah, we are just going to grab Swordsman, Ninja, Fighter. Yeah, I think we should win this, barring any catastrophe. And as long as we don't just stack our ults on top of each other, we should be good. The Fighter is going to be very tanky. Yeah, no, the Ninja is not able to get through the Fighter. That stun on the Fighter's ability is very, very solid at immobilizing whoever its target is. Okay, not bad separation. That was a great Swordsman ult. It did separate them out a little bit, but that's okay. Another great ult. Wow, okay. This is pretty much in the bag, I think. The Ninja ult coming in, the Knight ult coming in. That Knight ult is going to help Ninja survive a little bit longer. Is going to let them kind of clear that up. But final 15 seconds of the match. Swordsman is very low. Unfortunately, yeah, the Fighter kind of pushed the Ninja in there. Let him finish off the Swordsman, but yeah, it's not going to be enough. Their ults didn't have the oomph. Knight is a great tank, doesn't do a lot of damage. And that's our first 2-0 of the season. As you can see, the match ends. We can see how everyone did. We are at the top of the 1-0s at the moment. The way the ranking list works is it's based off of win-loss ratio, and then depending on how you won or lost, it affects your points, which affect tiebreakers. So we won 2-0, so we get 2 points. If you win by 1 match, you get 1 point. If you lose by 1 match, you get -1 point. And if you lose by 2, you get -2. So right now, we are right up at the top. It's probably where we'll stay. And you can see we got a little bit of material. Not a lot, but a little tiny bit. We'll be saving this up for a while. And we got 150 bucks. We can now check the champion statistics. This is going to be very important, especially as we move forward. It's going to let us see what the pick ban rate on certain champions are, what their KDA is, how many times they've been picked, and how many times they've been banned, as well as their win percentage. Yeah. It looks like we were the only one that won with Monk out of the 4 picks. I don't know what they did, but sure. That's the AI. I'm curious how this works out right now. I feel like Swordsman Monk should win this. But the Shrine Maiden does do a decent amount of damage. It's actually closer than I anticipated. Okay, yeah, that looks more about right as they start to pull away. And I think we are going to head into one more match. And then... No, I think we are going to wrap it up here. But we do have one more match before that happens. Your condition is down. That's unfortunate. I think it's time for Big Daddy to step up. Get some time in the spotlight. Oh my god. Name. Jeez. We're gonna stick with what works. We're gonna ban Archer. They're gonna hit Shrine Maiden. Awesome. So we're gonna grab Swordsman. I think... Yeah, barring a catastrophe, I think we should win. We don't have a Swordsman expert playing him. Should be okay. Will it? Only time is going to tell as we jump into the battle. Immediately diving into the front flash. Ninja going down. He is not tanky. He really needs to be using his ability to go in. Just like that, actually. That was very, very good. Dive onto the Swordsman. We did pick it back up. The neutral game is pretty even at the moment. That's a very early ult from Ninja. And yes, no, we brought that back very solidly. Not a great fighter ult, unfortunately. Completely missed the Ninja, which needed to be the main target. Swordsman is trying really hard. Okay, there we go. We finally offset the Knight ultimate. Alright, yeah, no, the neutral game definitely favors us just a bit, and with all the ults down... Oh, no, I think we're gonna go into overtime here. They might actually pull this out. They did. They squeaked it by. We couldn't finish off the Ninja in time. Alright, so we dropped our first game. Please assign me a champion with whom I can be more proactive. You're playing Swordsman. What more do you want? Okay, I will assign you a champion with whom you can be proactive. By which I mean I will probably give you Swordsman again, because oh my god. How did you screw that up? Swordsman is phenomenal in the early game 2v2. Yeah, we're gonna hit Knight. Alright, we have to grab Fighter here. They grab a Ninja. I think we take Archer in this situation. The backstep should let it deal with the Ninja's dive. The ultimate will also be very useful. It should be able to finish them both off as long as it has a good timing. And while the match is underway, I will talk a little bit about one of the other things that I really enjoy about this game, and that is how the game processes like changes in the middle of the season. It does simulate patches based on the pick ban rate, as well as the win percentage of each champion that's currently available. I believe it's halfway through the season, and at the... Oh, that was a very, very good Swordsman ult. It looks like it did neutralize the Archer ult as well, but we have pushed it back into the neutral game. Archer went down really quick there, that's unfortunate. We might lose this. We might lose, it's really close. Yeah. Alright, come on, let's Oh no, that was what they needed. Okay, yeah, we got 2-0 there. Oh boy. Ah, that's really unfortunate. Drop down to 3rd. But yeah, at the midway point in the season and at the end of the season, there are going to be patches that are released, updates to the game that introduce new champions, and it'll give buffs and nerfs to the characters, primarily influenced by the pick ban rate and the win percentage. It's kind of the game trying to balance out the meta on its own as it progresses, which I really, really enjoy. It's actually a really, really cool mechanic. And probably in an episode or two, we're going to see the first patch drop, which will introduce a couple more characters that'll really shake up the meta here a little bit. But yeah, we can go into the team stats. We can see what each team's most picked, most banned. That's not what I want. I want to take a look at the champion statistics. Yeah, swordsman doing swordsman things and basically going to be 100% pick ban along primarily with fighter, ninja, and archer throughout the 2v2s. The casters and the caster support, they're good later on, but right now they are not particularly useful. They are very, very squishy, and it's a very rare circumstance that you actually want to use them. But, folks, I think that is going to wrap up our first episode of the Teamfight Manager. I guess this is kind of the normal campaign. It can really get changed up quite a bit in New Game Plus. I will be doing one of those after we finish this up, mostly because I love the game, and hopefully you guys do as well. Just a reminder, if you did enjoy it, like the video, subscribe. I am trying to grow the channel, so that really does help out a bunch. And if you want a character named after you, leave a comment on the video down below, or just, you know, leave a comment even if you don't necessarily want a character named after you, but you are enjoying these series. Folks, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.